good, I guess it would be afternoon or midday. I'm eating my dinner early. It's about 3 o'clock. I like to eat a little bit early because, for one, in the summertime, when it gets to be about 4 to 5 o'clock, it is so freaking hot. You don't want to eat, and you don't really want your belly full at that time either. Anyways, I was sitting there talking to, you know, whatever it is. I guess it would be called the God of Man. And I was sitting there telling him about, how I never got to go on vacations or trips or anything like that. And, how miserable I was, riding around in the car because we had no air conditioning. It was the heat of Texas. And, they didn't offer drinks and stuff like that. Like, I suffered as a child. And, even when I sit there and tried to protest or speak up, I was put down and fed fear. I was verbally abused, mentally abused, physically abused, and spiritually assaulted all the time. So I was sitting there speaking about how I didn't get to go on vacations and stuff as a child, and he said that's too much information. Well, let me tell you something, asshole. If someone does not want to hear who you are, then they don't want to know you. They just want you to sit there, and that's what he is all about. He wants me to just be quiet so he doesn't have to hear me. He just wants, that's basically what the God of Man is, just wants women to sit there and, serve them and look good for their needs and wants. Okay, there's no love given. There's nothing even provided for. I mean, men that go to build a household, that's their household, and their wife is just a part of their property. And I'm not going to do that. That's why I built my own cabin and I live off grid, because I'm not going to sit there and work for the man or be for the man. I'm not going to do it. And I'm not biased towards men or women. Believe me, I think women are cunts. The majority are. Backstabbers, forked tongue. Believe me, I don't hold Adam and Eve, I don't hold them, one above the other. I think they're all pieces of crap. Anyways, I just thought that made me quite disturbed that, someone would be so fucking rude. I'm not a fucking robot. I have a heart, I have a mind, I have a spirit, I have a body, I have a soul, and I'm not going to be treated like I'm some kind of fucking robot, because I'm not. I am a living, loving, full of the spirits, wisdom, and this God of Man never wants to listen to logic or reason or wisdom, and that's why the world is in the shitty place it is. Because basically all he did was, write the law and stuff down in a book and cover it up, and then have wrath when, things don't go his way. And that is why I will bow to no man or the gods of men. Because they're not worth bowing or kneeling to. They're not worth serving. They're not worth working for. At all. They're not worth having a relationship with. I want love, and I'm attracted to the male physique. I'm just not, that's as far as it goes. And I'm not attracted to women at all, but when it comes to men, it might be physical attraction, there might be mental attraction, there might be spiritual attraction, there might be some, heart attraction, but it always falters, because it's either one or the other. There's not any that have completed me. And I am not impressed by the money they make, because things are just going to go up in price. So their petty jobs, even the ones that are upper middle class or, live in a higher class, are going to be knocked down. There's only going to be so many at the top. And they're only going to keep the most loyal. and their army's fed. That's how they've always done things, is through violence and war. They have no love for each other. You know, their religion, they're such hypocrites in their religion. They'll preach one way, but then they'll go do another. Totally pathetic. And you know, women are always complaining about you know, men and how they are, their nature, but women are sitting there backstabbing each other, and they're talking with a forked tongue. Like, they'll tell somebody, oh, you look good, and blah blah blah, and then they'll go behind their back. I know, I used to be a part of that crowd. And you know, it's all, or they'll be charming to your face just to get something out of you, to network. They want you around, but they really don't. Like, they only want you around because of what you do for them. Believe me, when I was at my sickest and I was dying, nobody was around. Nobody. I had to get up and keep going. And when I went down again, my mom finally, she sent me a bus ticket and she nursed me back to health, and then I took off again. Because I wasn't going to sit there in a hot ass fucking little trailer that she pulled up for me in the Texas heat. It was unbearable. You know, my grandma was like, why didn't you stay there? I'm like, it's fucking 105 outside in a tin can. Why the hell do you not think I stayed there? Hell, being outside by a river, being homeless, is better than living in a camp trailer in the middle of the Texas heat. That's just the truth. The shit I've had to deal with, people are like, why didn't you do this, Wendy? Why didn't you say that? Why don't y'all fucking go do that and say that? You know, why don't you do it that way? You know, I have others that'll try to instruct me or tell me what to do. I'm like, you know what? If your way is the best way, then you go and fucking do it. However, when it comes to me in my house, I'm gonna walk that golden line, and there's a reason why I do what I do. And a matter of fact, I don't stray off my foundation. And you know, I stopped giving chances to people. You know, there's forgiveness, and then there's chances. And you know, I always give people 3 chances, and they don't know how. And it doesn't matter, you know, it could be big or small, but it's 3 chances. And usually people fill them right away. They're like, boom, boom, boom. And those shoot up red flags. And I'm like, you gotta fucking get the fuck away from me right now. And when somebody tells me when I'm speaking that that's too much information, that's a big fucking red flag. That all they want is somebody around to do their bidding. They just want somebody to be seen and not heard, or to be a servant or a slave to them. And that's not what I am all about. I am Wendy Dawn. I am who I am, and I'm not gonna bow to no man or put up with their fucking bullshit. Now, if it's love, then pour it on me. But if it's anything but, you can take those to those wasp paper nests. You know, those wasps that build their houses. And that's what they do. They're seasonal bitches that'll sit there and do whatever it takes to build their household. But all they produce is stinging insects that come out of it. Bitterness, condemnation, judgments. You know, I'm not like the animals. I am not. Like, I love all, but I'm not going to lower myself. I'm not. And that's what I tell the God of man. You know, and they come to me all the time. They're like promises, like Lucifer will come and he, you know, has wealth, and you know, he always has a dream to sell or something like that. However, it's just an illusion, and if you go down that road, it's full of pitfalls, because all it is lusting after fame and fortune, which just leads to hell and death. There's all kinds, and I'm not interested in their bullshit, because the world of man doesn't impress me at all. Neither do the daughters of men. I'm just tired of all the crap. I want something for real. Yep. For real. So if you think that, when I talk, I give too much information, then you can go fuck yourself. That's all I gotta say about that.